below you?
There's a big tree on my one side.
Yes.
But it's like in a cartoon, so it's like a little bubble character which is floating down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very, very big tree on my right-hand side.
Mm. And describe this tree.
It's got a very thick trunk.
Yes.
And the trunk, the bark is light and soft.
Mm-hmm.
There's brown dots on it.
Yes.
And the leaves are dark green, round and big.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this is darker. It's
branches.
Branches.
Mm-hmm.
But the branches are short and stumpy.
Yes. Okay. And what do you see around this tree? Is there anything surrounding it?
It's just the blue air at the moment. So the tree is very tall.
Mm-hmm. Are you seeing the top of the tree?
We've passed the top of the tree, so I'm 2/3 down, but it's a very warm and safe tree.
Mm-hmm.
There are other trees now which is similar, so it's like the cartoon trees with bubble canopies, so the big leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going further down.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you see as you travel down.
So the one tree is still very big on my right-hand side. On the left, there's the smaller trees, but there's a lot of sunlight.
Mm.
It's not dark or gloomy or anything. And it's like I'm struggling to go further down. I'm hooked. There's something of my attire that is hooked to an old branch. The branch is broken, and the part that I'm hooked onto is old and dark brown, like it's rotting.
Yes. And you say you're stuck there now.
I'm stuck there now.
Is there anything else you can see around you?
It's just open air.
Mm-hmm. So you're still quite high.
Yes.
And how do you feel being up there, stuck there?
I feel fine.
Do you feel familiar in this place?
I do.
Okay, so I'd like for you to look down at your body. Or look down at your feet. Do you perceive yourself to have a body?
I've got monkey toes.
Very good. And look at your body.
It's like a cartoon monkey character.
Very good.
But I'm fluffy, and it's funny.
What is funny?
Being stuck there.
So you think it's funny being stuck there?
Yes.
But you were saying you were wearing attire. What is the monkey wearing something?
So it's like a jumpsuit type thing, and now the jumpsuit is stuck to my arms and my shoulders. So my bottom, it's like I slid out of it and it's stuck there now. And I'm hanging, it's around my chest and arms, and I can't get it off, but it's actually so funny. And I think the squirrels will come to help me.
Very good. How do you know they'll help you?
They always have to come and help me.
What do you mean? Has this happened before?
It must have happened before because it feels familiar. And they do it because it's funny and they enjoy it and because we help each other. There's 2 squirrels.
What are they doing now?
They've come up the tree and they're in the there's any muck.
Okay.
And they're just laughing at me.
Okay.
And I'm just hanging there and laughing.
Are you male or female in this body?
Say again?
Are you male or female in this body?
I think male.
Are you young or old in this body?
Young.
Are you healthy or unhealthy in this body?
Healthy.
And what does your face look like, or your features?
I've got a big smile. And funny eyes. I'm a happy, funny person. Happy, funny monkey.
Yes.
I create joy and laughter by being silly.
Yes.
I'm being myself.
Yes. And what do you do with the majority of your day?
We explore.
What do you mean?
The jungle is so big. There's so much beauty. There's so much abundance. There's so many different experiences I can have. We get up early in the morning and we go to the highest tops to watch the sunrise. And then we go down to the water and we play in the water and we eat berries. And there are a lot of beautiful, small, funny animals, and we are all friends.
You're saying we. Who are you talking about, we?
The squirrels and I. And there's it's a stinkmeishond.
A skunk.
Skunk. It's very similar to the characters in Bambi.
Very good.
And there's a lot of beauty and sunlight and goodness in this existence. And reality is neutral.
What does that mean?
Everything happens as it should. Nothing happens. Nothing is allowed. Nothing that happens is not allowed. And we can choose to fight it, or we can choose to enjoy the experience and to explore the darkness, the shadows, without being afraid.
Do you
Because
yes.
Sometimes you have to go through the dark valleys and through the dark shadows of the high trees to the experiences on the other side, which brings so much joy. And there's so much excitement and beauty because there's a rock perch on the other side of the shadows. I can see the path that goes down. There's tall, tall trees. You can see the path, but it's in darkness. And then on the other side, there's like a view, a lookout point. But I don't know what the view is. I just know that the view is insanely beautiful. And I can imagine what the view is like, but I don't know until I go there.
But you have to go through the shadow in order to get to that light.
Yes, I want to skip the shadow part. I want to disappear on this side and reappear on the other side.
Is that possible to do?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you do that?
You dissolve yourself on this side. And then you allow energy and magic to flow through the higher parts of the forest, and then you attach every bit of energy in a peaceful, accepting way on the other side. But you still have to go through the darkness in the canopies. So the darkness is different. It's a lighter darkness. It's a darkness with beauty and with birds and with snakes and with light patches.
Okay. So you can skip that dark valley you're talking about.
Yes.
And come from the top.
And just go through the top.
Is that what you did now when you got stuck?
I don't know, maybe. But it feels like there's the possibility that we don't have to do things according to the system. We can find other ways through the darkness, which is still experienced through the darkness, but which is lighter and has parts that has fun and beauty and light in it. So we don't have to go through the mud and get stuck there. There's enough other creatures who can climb trees, like the monkey, who can fly like the birds. They even slither like the snakes. They can all go through the canopy. They don't have to go through the path.
Yes. So why do they not want to go through the path?
Because they were created to fly. They were created to live in the canopy. They were created to enjoy the structural implements of the tree, which provides another perspective. So the roots, certain animals prefer the roots. Certain animals prefer the trunk, and certain animals prefer the canopy with all the beautiful branches. And yet they are all in the dark. No one is more important than another. It's your choice where you want to go, but you need to honor your existence as in being a mole versus being a bird or a monkey. But we have been conditioned to think that we need to follow the path. The path is a construct for the elephant, because the elephant cannot climb a tree. But we are not all elephants. Even the antelope, who needs to walk along the path, can do it differently, because his physicality is different than the elephant, and that's fine. We must stop trying to follow a certain conditioning which was determined by someone who could only see the path. We must open the possibility, the mindset, the picture, and show that there are multiple ways to get through the darkness. And it doesn't have to be through the mud. The elephant loves the mud. He bathes in it. But the monkey does not. And the monkey doesn't have to.
Who is the monkey a representation of?
At the moment, the monkey is me. I've been trying to follow the path, to do right by the elephant. But I'm not. I need to be the monkey.
Yes.
And have fun in the branches and have fun
Yes.
in the light of the canopy. There's beauty in the whole forest. And no one or nothing is better or less because it's higher or lower. It is just different, but it is following what you were conditioned to follow. So being a monkey, embracing being a monkey, not trying to be a monkey doing what the other animals do, being a monkey and doing the monkey, and having fun with the other animals who are on the same level. I cannot have fun with the elephant now. Maybe later. But now I must have fun with the beautiful birds who swing, sing and twitter. I must have fun with the squirrels who jump and fly and are amazing. And I must have fun with the snakes, because the snakes are beautiful too.
Very good.
And then when I get to the other side won't matter as much, because it is only a view. It is not the life that you have when you jump around and have fun in the branches. It is only an experience. And then I will come back from the experience of having a view and enjoying the forest again.
Tell me, what is on the other side? You're saying there's a perch on the other side and there's light.
There's a big cliff.
Yeah.
And the cliff is beautiful, but it's more like a canyon. So it's a cliff with rocks. It's the forest, and then grass and the cliffs. And then to the left, you look out over a beautiful canyon with multiple rocks on the other side and within, and then it's misty, magical, and it is completely different to the safety of the trees. And even though it is a cliff, it is still a different perspective, because the cliffs aren't high up, it is down below. So you do not look up towards the cliffs. You sit at the top and look down. And when you look around the mount, the forest is behind you, and the trees go even higher. So that the trees are higher than the cliffs, and the cliffs just go down into the canyons, but you cannot see the bottom as it is covered in soft mist. But it is not scary, it is beautiful. It is vast. It is limitless. And you don't have to be afraid of heights, because it's further down than the high trees. And still it is safe.
Yes. So tell me, are you at the other side now, or are you still...
I'm on the other side of the forest. I'm where I wanted to be. And now that I know the forest is safe and familiar, if I look back, I'm not afraid of the path anymore. And if I want to go back to where the sun shines on the other side, I can take the path if I want to. Or I can go and play along the trunks of the trees. Or I can go along the branches. Or I can go even higher. There is nothing to fear anymore. Because there is no fear. There is only the contrast of the shadowed forest. But you cannot have the shadowed forest and the heat of the sun at the same time. You need the shadow for solace and for rest and for the contrast of the coolness. That is why most animals reside in the forest, because even though it is dark, it provides beauty and rest and shade.
So the dark and the light is equally beneficial, isn't it?
Yes.
And necessary in this place.
Yes. And there is no good or bad. There is only the light and the shadow. But the shadow is not scary or dangerous or bad. The shadow is beautiful and necessary, because in the sun we will get baked and dried out. So we need the contrast. And it is okay. We need to stop thinking of light and shadow as good and bad. It is equal. And both are necessary. Even though I don't always understand what I don't see.
So it's a shadow what you don't see.
So in the shadow, there are parts that you don't see.
Yes.
And because you don't see it, you don't trust it, and you don't know it.
Why do we see it as bad?
The conditioning set upon us very long ago with Christianity and the automatic conditioning of light and dark as good and evil. But that is over now.
What does that mean?
We are moving towards the abundance. We are moving towards the freedom of acceptance. And you cannot accept the light if you cannot accept the dark. And the dark is beautiful. And this has been taught to us. We just don't want to listen. The darkness of a mountain, the light and the darkness of the mountain is the sun and the shade. When the sun is on the east and when the sun is on the west, it's the same mountain. And this is taught to us, we just don't hear it. So let us continue in this journey to not only understand this for ourselves, but guide others, children, to understand this. We are making progress slowly. Just keep going.
What does that mean?
The more we understand, you and I, the more consciousness understands. It is our responsibility to go and explore this more and more, and to guide and help each other in finding and understanding the truth which is available and which is setting us free. We need to set free the next generations, because in this we set everyone free.
Yes.
And this is the way it must be now.
And who are we to do that?
We are God. We are one. We are Source. We are co-created with Gaia. And we are all here to raise the frequency of the planet and planets around us. We are sometimes still caught in darkness. It is time to go to the lightness of being, to accept the abundance and freedom given freely to us by Source and the universal forces. We are responsible to help Gaia as she has helped us. That is why there's so many. We are strong together if we transcend this judgment that we are in, and if we can all raise our frequency and vibration by being happy and joyful. The energy flows through, and we raise everybody's vibrations for the goodness of everybody and of that which we think is static. Even the mountains and the soil, which we think have no energy, we raise all the vibrations and beauty shines forth.
Do you have any more tips on how to raise the vibration?
We must ensure that the children are happy. We must provide them with love and a place of safety so that they do not experience the judgment we have put on ourselves. We have come from many generations of judgment.
Mm.
And it must stop, because the children must be happy. When they are happy, we are happy.
Mm.
We must allow them to be and to play and to connect with nature. When they play without our interference, they are happy. They explore, they experience. There are so many tools. We must stop thinking we know how to make them happy. They know how to be happy. They must be allowed to be. I want to know how being light, being safe in myself, I connect and illuminate energies around me. My focus is now to be light and love and acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
I only need to illuminate myself now.
And how can that be done?
I need to just be what I am doing now, because if I look back and see where I am now in the kitchen, my energy shines forth and I create. And then the stronger the light becomes within myself, the stronger the light becomes within those around me.
Mm.
It is like big balls of light. And when you touch another ball with your light, it automatically shines and illuminates their light. I need to illuminate my light for my mom and my dad. Their bubbles are diminished and they need lightness. They need love. They need acceptance. My place is where I am now. They need my presence. I am worthy.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, so do you have permission from the higher self to ask some questions? This vessel has brought a couple of questions. Would you like to talk more about Peggy's parents? And how do you feel?
I feel worthy, and I feel like I am exactly where I'm meant to be. Mm-hmm. And I feel that my purpose is so much bigger than me. Mm-hmm. My purpose.
Yes.
And that of Anu and Henry is to carry forth my mom and dad. And 2, their hearts are heavy with lack of understanding.
Yes.
They fight themselves. They fight the beauty and light in them, which has always been there. They are suffering because they take on our suffering and blame themselves. They are trying very hard, but they are discouraged and they feel trapped.
Mm-hmm. So what can Peggy do to help them?
I can hold space and hold space for lightness. I can bring joy and laughter. They need joy and laughter. We must go for walks in the morning.
What will that do?
We will get fresh air and we will see the beauty and abundance which they always talk about but which they don't believe in anymore. And I will bring financial support to their life and their responsibilities. They feel burdened with their financial situation and they feel like there's no real options. They feel a bit trapped and a bit frustrated, and although everything they've done has been with and from love, they feel frustrated that we are all in some form of suffering that we are stuck in, and it feels like there is no way out. There is just a bit of shadow now, but we must not get stuck in the dark side and the scary side, which we don't understand. We must just keep going. I want to know how. Stand up and go outside and go for a walk and laugh and shine your light. The more I shine my light, the lighter they will become.
Okay, so all change starts with self, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
But you and I have different responsibilities. We must not just guide people who ask. We must send light to our parents, you and I, even if you don't tell them, even if they don't know. We are powerful. We have light in us. We have access to higher levels of light and beauty and abundance. We must channel more light. We must raise our vibrational frequency to allow purer levels of high frequency light through to the older generations whose energies are low.
Yes. Why are their energies low in comparison to ours?
Because they have not seen as much light as we have. They are clogged up. They are dense. They are made from denser energy, even though the purpose has always been to be light. We influence each other, and they have come as light beings, but they have been influenced by density, dense energy, and instead of flowing and allowing the dense energy to flow through them, it gets stuck and they hold onto it. And then they make their own energy dense. They need to let go, but they don't always want to. So let us make their bubble bigger with light and lightness, because if you put a pebble in a deflated balloon, it just lies there. And as you add air and more air, slowly and slowly, the pebble becomes insignificant, because the air in the balloon is more than the heavy density of the pebble. So we must focus on what we put in our minds and what we put in our bodies. We must drink water that is blessed. You must drink water that is clear, but it must be blessed and in a glass.
What's the difference?
The glass is made from light. The plastic is made not of the same light.
Okay, so you're saying her and I, we have access to light. What do you mean?
We all have access to light. We must just accept it.
Okay.
We must understand, yet not even understand. Just understand that by accepting is a very important word, because accepting unconditionally means freedom, spiritual freedom, physical freedom. When you accept your body, you have freedom to do what you want without the constraints of your body, because when you walk out the door, your body does not consume your mind anymore. So when you accept your life, your past, present, and future, you accept the flow and you allow the flow. When you accept your past with its shadows and its lightness, for this is the only way it could be, and this is the perfect way it should be, and this is how you have to be, regardless of choosing before or not. We choose to an extent. We cannot choose everything, but we can choose to grow. We can choose at any point to grow more or to grow less. So even though your inner being has choices and has agreements before it comes here, you can always choose higher or lower frequency thoughts, which will lead to higher or lower frequency actions, and in your terms is defined then as creating suffering for another by doing low energy activities. Those activities, just like the light inflates the balloon, the darkness heavy makes the pebble heavier. And if you are the balloon and you have your pebble, you can choose which one to make bigger. You can choose what boundaries to set up so that the contact made is contact which inflates your balloon or makes your pebble heavier. You have tools. Boundaries are tools. You don't have to make contact or allow contact with energies that will cause your pebble to become heavier. But remember, if you become so big and so beautifully inflamed, you might just float away.
Yes.
So you need your pebble. And the bigger your balloon, the bigger your pebble. And that is fine, accepted now.
Okay. So that's the light and the dark, or the higher self and the ego.
Yes.
So the ego. Can you please tell us more about the ego?
The ego is a beautiful creation. The ego allows us to experience life and the physical. The ego gives us definition and contrast. The ego is being referred to as the bad child, but it might just be the silly bugger who is going to throw you with a balloon full of water on a hot summer's day.
Yes.
So what if the ego is not seen as the small child that needs healing, but rather the small child that needs fun, that needs poking, that needs a water balloon in his face, that needs to be played with. We don't play enough in all manners, and play refer to having fun, adult or not, child or not, having fun. What creates fun? What creates fun in an adult's life? We have forgotten. You have forgotten. That is why children come forth every time, and yet we manage to take out fun. What is fun? Fun, you have been given tools throughout the centuries. You have been given tools by nature, by us. You can dance, but you need to put on the radio. You can run outside in the rain, but you need to let it happen. You can listen to beautiful music. You can go and sit with friends and decide to have wonderful conversations. Read. You need to explore the beauty of this planet. There is magic, there is science, there is nature, there's abundance of things to explore, yet we choose the confinements of our mind. Get up. That's why you have a body. I, as metaphysical entity in the 13th dimensional space, do not. I am here and you are there, and you can do whatever you want. I can go wherever I want, but I can't because I'm not there. You can.
So we are quite privileged, aren't we?
We are.
We have this physical vessel that we can move around and experience.
We have been taught that this physical vessel is the problem.
Yes.
We have been taught that this is not heaven. We have been taught that you are separate from God's heaven. We would not send you forth if you were not able to do what you need to do now, to be who you need to be, who you are already. You think you are not. But you are the strongest souls that are sent forth for this contrast, because you are the ones. We are only your support because you are strong enough. You don't need us. We need you. You must let go of thinking you are inferior. You are brilliant, beautiful beings.
But how can one do that if you've been conditioned to think otherwise?
I want to know. We have been conditioned because this, just like humans have to go through suffering to awaken, we have to go through being oppressed so that we can awaken. It is not only you and your little lives. You think you are separate incidents, but we are all doing this together so that we can all have the great awakening, which is happening now. We had to go through a period of suffering Each soul suffers deeply, each planet. Even the souls in the universe that are not physical representations on this planet. We are all one. We suffer with you. You think we don't understand emotions. We do understand emotions. Even when you hit and stamp your toe, we feel your pain because it is energy. You need to understand that you are not alone.
Okay.
We all feel all things. And that is why even if you are not going through a divorce like I am, you feel my pain.
So can you give her some advice on the divorce? She seems to be still very much stuck on the betrayal. What is the origin of this betrayal within her, and how can she resolve it?
The origin of the betrayal is when I, Sophia, betrayed myself in creating contrast. I, Sophia, the mother universal figure, wanted experience, and I had to betray myself to have this experience. Betrayal is only a stepping stone to greater awakening. We get stuck in the pain of betrayal. But if I did not betray myself, nothing would have existed. From betrayal comes forth compassion for yourself and for others. You would not have the deep level of compassion if you do not have that deep level of betrayal. Betrayal comes from a different place than judgment. Betrayal is another deep emotion, a deep level, we see emotions as being on a ruler scale. It's flat. It is not. It is three-dimensional, and it's like a ballerina having a dress, and the dress at various points have metal balls dragging the lace down. The metal balls are like the deep, darker, lower vibration emotions, but it is different from each other. There is betrayal, there is judgment, but there are others too which you know not of yet. And although it seems unbalanced, you can see how you need more of these balls to balance the dress. And yes, in your head you want to cut off the balls because otherwise the ballerina cannot dance. But let her spin and see how far out the lace goes thanks to the balls.
Okay. It's actually serving her in a way then.
It is serving her when she's dancing.
Yes.
It's not serving her when she's standing still.
Okay.
Yes, sometimes it comes past and hits her on the leg. But she learns how to dance with it. She learns how to embrace it. And then when she knows how, she will detach not only the ball, but she will detach it at the hip. So the ball is dark blue, and as the emotion scale goes towards the ballerina's body to where it is attached to her hip, it is different rainbow colors until we get to white, light, yellow at the hip. So now I ask you, detach the whole strip at the hip so that you have the darker ball on the one side, the rainbow all the way to the white, and see how you can play with that now like a gymnast on a big floor with a ribbon. The ribbon has the handle, which is similar to the metal ball, and the handle allows the ribbon to dance and be thrown much higher into the sky than without it. You need all the emotions. You need to understand that it is not good or bad. Blue is as beautiful as white. Yet you decided that blue is dark and white is light.
So it's judging the emotions.
It is judging, yes.
Okay.
And I want to get to the point where I don't judge. I want to transcend judgment. How do I transcend judgment? By just accepting that along with all the other emotions, judgment is only an emotion. Stand back, witness. Just witness. You can do this. You know you can. You think you are not strong enough. You you are stronger. You just don't want to admit your strength. You are afraid of your own strength. You find it comfortable to hide behind the rock because you are scared that if you come out from behind it, your light will illuminate the forest, and you are afraid that you will be judged by others for your light. But it does not matter. If they have a problem with the light, they can go and hide behind a tree. You need to embrace your inherent power, which is beautiful and light, and it is good enough. You must not worry about other people. Let go of wanting their approval. You need not it. It needs not you either. No one cares. Everyone is infatuated with their own lives anyway.
Everyone's thinking about themselves.
Everyone is thinking about themselves. They do not even know. They only feel. They do not see. They only feel. And if you make them feel good, how will they judge you if you make them feel good? And if they judge you, that's okay. They need to judge you then. But you need to stand up in the morning and embrace your light. Accept your light. Accept what you have come forth to do. And you are afraid that in shining your light, you will be judged, or you will make mistakes, or you will not do what the humans want us to do, like making money, having this, having that. So what? Shine your light. Your light is good enough. The other stuff are the crumbs. The other stuff is not the feast. You are here with her because you are worthy of enjoying the beauty and abundance of the feast, which is the universe. You have asked enough times. You are here now. You need to sit and spend more time with yourself, meditating and accepting. It is a process. You need to do it every day. You need to accept and decide to accept every day. That is your choice. That is your responsibility. Your responsibility is to choose every day. You cannot get away from it. You can have freedom and be freedom. But you all need to choose that every day. And the more you do, the easier it will get. It is not a switch. You know this is a process. You just want it.
She said she just wants to release all of the resistance in one go. It's a part of a process, isn't it?
I think there are many things you can release, and we shall help you. But certain things which you do not understand now will take time.
Okay.
And just accept that too. Yes, there is hooks that we can unhook now.
And which ones are those? That you can assist her with today?
Sometimes there are lots of small ones, and other times it's just one big one. You want to release the small ones all at once, which cannot be done now. So big ones, one big one is your attachment to Heine.
What can you give her advice on that today?
You need to let go. I don't know how.
What advice can you give her to let go of him?
You cannot be anything else than what is happening now. This was your choice for this experience. You will one day, when we are all back together, you will be one, and at that point you will understand many things. But for now, just accept that you need to cut and sever and dissolve all and any connection with them. And you need to just make a routine of doing that every day. Stand up and just say, I cut all ties that might have developed now in the last day. I cut them, I pull them out, I let them go. I release all and any attachments or energy fragmentations that either might have been sent to you by him or created by yourself. Remember, he misses you too. You are connected and always will be. But for the sake of this experience, you need to just cut ties every day. The more you do, the more you will get better at it, and the easier it will get until it will be neutral. But you need to decide and choose every day. There's certain things, just like there are certain things on your clock, there are certain things you need to do in the morning. Through meditation, we will make a list, and you need to follow it until it becomes the habit, until it becomes your new paradigm, until it becomes your new mindset. And so with a lot of other things, just be gentle with yourself. You are the one that judge yourself the most. You are the one that betray yourself by judging, even though you know you should not judge. It's okay. Let us do this one step at a time. Let's make an effort. You know what to do. We precondition your mind now. We precondition your mind before sleep, and when you wake up, we will guide you in this process, as we know you want to do this very much, but it is a process and a journey, and this process is part of your journey. You cannot skip it. You can go through the canopies, but you can't skip this part.
Why was this relationship supposed to come to an end?
The relationship with Heine. It is happening as it should. It is happening exactly as it should. But choose every day to be your monkey self and not grovel and suffer and struggle through the mud. The elephants enjoy the mud. You don't have to enjoy the mud. Go, climb the trees, have a view, listen to the birds, play with the snakes. You have 2 chipmunks. They create enough beauty and fun. Follow them. They know how to play. They know. Just let them show you. And when you get to the view on the other side, enjoy it with them. There will be another there for you. And then you will choose to go back into the forest. That is your nature. That is why the forest has been created. You can just choose to go to the canopy, or you can choose to get stuck in the mud, play, have fun. You must have fun, because that is how you shift the energies to a higher vibration. And if you make someone else laugh, they laugh and they instigate. And so the laughter spreads. It is the same with your light. It is the same with higher vibration. It is the same with lower vibration. But you choose your acceptance and allowance for light and love and joy and fun. You choose. We are here to help you with this. That is why we have come so far this year with you. You know us. You know our names. You don't have to ask. You know our names. You will come to know why we are here. But what you know now is now enough for with regards to that. Let us move on. I want to ask about the abundance blocks. Or I want to release the abundance blocks, not just with regards to financial freedom, but abundance is such a beautiful yet vast word. It is like that cloud where it's a multiplicity of raindrops, each unique yet different, and with the capacity to make a rainbow or snowflakes. And the capacity of the cloud with the conditions determines whether the cloud or the rainbow is formed. Abundance has multiple levels. Abundance, you have been taught to think that abundance refers to your physical manifestations of that which is important on a third dimensional level. Can we explore the freedom, abundance, love concept as it potentially is in the fifth dimensional context? Yes, it starts with acceptance. And the word unconditional, there's been many words that have been created to diminish or give layers and scale ratings to words such as freedom or abundance. There is no such thing as unconditional freedom. There is only freedom. There is no such thing as unconditional abundance. There is only abundance. Because when you say unconditional in front of, you are saying that abundance has different levels. like unconditional love. There is no such thing as unconditional love. There is only love or not love. Love is unconditional, but in trying to understand and trying to force thought patterns, you have attached certain words. So let us release the word unconditional for now. Let us only speak of the words you can have freedom. Your freedom can differ from my freedom based on your level of perception. But it does not mean that I'm then more free than you are. It is just your experience of it. But understand that abundance and freedom and love are all technically the same energy vibration, and you get there on your level by accepting all that is. So today, you accept all that is in your world today. Tomorrow, certain things have changed, and then you need to accept them accordingly too. But saying I accept unconditionally means that there are conditions. Remove that, because there cannot be conditions in accepting. You cannot accept your body without accepting your crooked toe. You need to accept fully everything in order for your brain to say, yes, I accept. So let us, through a process of every day doing this, get to the point where you accept more and more and more and more, until you find yourself where you feel that you have overwritten your conditioning to that which you want now. So yes, it is a process. We need to just sit down and accept. And as she said, sit and accept your feeling, the emotion, the energy that flows, and then you choose to let it flow or to let it get stuck. That too is your choice. You have so many choices. You think you don't, but you do. Yes, there are multitude of things that you don't have to choose, like the sun coming up. You don't have to choose. You just accept. And as you accept that, you can choose to accept that which is within you more and more and more. Yes, more and more sounds very much like conditional or unconditional, but what I'm trying to say is that in a world where your brain has been conditioned to think in layers of more and less conditional and unconditional, those layers need to be overwritten. You need to rewrite that paradigm into the understanding of full abundance and full love and full awareness and full freedom. So that is why I refer to more and more, because we need to reframe and override slowly all those layers that you have created in your mind. Those layers and the layers in those, in the people, in the consciousness at the moment, will eventually become one, because we have created so many layers in order to justify our many conditions. We have made our life so complicated. Life is not necessary to be so complicated. It is abundance and love and acceptance, or it is just the resistance of it. There's nothing more. You choose your layers, you choose to create all these other things, and that too is fine, because a painting has multiple layers of paint, and so you want to decide where you want to get at. And if you want to get at a place of full and total freedom of acceptance, then this is what you need to do. You need to accept fully, more and more each day.
Okay, is there any, what about her highest purpose, this vessel's highest purpose?
There is many different purposes for her, but now she needs to shine, draw energy from the universal force of love, acceptance and abundance, and she needs to be happy and shine forth that energy for her family, for the boys, for her parents, for Lisa Marie, Marina, Duncan, and all the others. You don't realize it. You don't understand it yet, but your family has been profoundly placed each where they are. And so has each and every other family, but as was discussed with regards to light work and doing light work and being light workers, you need to be the light worker that you are. You know what you need to do. You enjoy what you do. And in that daily, every day, your purpose now is to draw energy from nature, from your meditations, from your guides, from source energy. And you need to blow up your light bubble until it penetrates the whole house, and it's a big house. So you just need to blow up your light bubble more and more and more every day. That for now is your purpose. That for now is because, remember, you now want to know about your work. And again, finances, schooling, the physicalities and densities. But once your bubble of light, once you have completed this purpose, the others will come. You are trying to find another purpose. The other purpose will come when you have done this purpose. You do this purpose. You blow up your lights and you infiltrate those around you. And once you have done that, the other stuff will come, because when you infiltrate them with love and abundance and freedom, you will automatically attract those experiences to you. You want the universe to bring you opportunities, and that will happen. But first, you need to just give more of your light. But ironically, the more you blow up your bubble in order to help your family, the better you will feel, the better you will be, the more happy you will be. So all you need to do is be happy to the extent that they will become happy again through finding their light. They still have their lights. It is just very, very dim. And that's okay. So for now, be content, be still. The opportunities that are coming and being presented to you is good enough. It is what you need now. Things may change again, but for now, shine your light once. Those two souls are shining again. Everything will change. Yes, there is the matter with the COVID influencing the business, but that space is open and ready. They need to just strengthen their light again, and you have the power to do that. You need to go sit and think, what will make you happy to the extent that you vibrate so much at such a beautiful and high level that they will be infused with your light. I told you this before. You know this. So, you know what to do. You need to sit and make your little list, and you will just do that for now. And when the time is right, other things will happen. You don't have to figure out everything right now, but you need to find your place of deep happiness, because when you are in your place of deep happiness, you are free. When you want freedom, find your place of happiness. That will set you free, and that will set them free. You, each one of the light workers, you need to be happy. Happiness, joy, contentment gives you a sense of inner peace, which comes with acceptance. When you have full acceptance, accept that you have now full acceptance, move on to the next one, which is happiness, creating happiness. And that is why happiness is yellow and white, because the frequency of it is high enough to illuminate the people around you. The sun, the purpose of the sun is to illuminate, and you are as powerful as 1,000 suns. We have said this to you. So, accept that you are brighter than you want to be. Accept that you will be judged for it. And it's okay. Accept that you can have boundaries to stop that judgment energy penetrating your balloon, but accept that certain amounts of it needs to penetrate in order to stabilize your pebble in the balloon. Your responsibility and choice as this entity and soul comes from a place of deep compassion. Your soul, your being, you are a different strain because you give of yourself more than what you ask. That is who you are. Yes, for now it has been mistaken for being weak, but that is the conditioning of the density of the current consciousness. You now have been and have set yourself free from that. You can set boundaries for not being judged or oppressed again, which you have been, and it is fine. But now let us focus on doing what makes you happy on a daily basis now. Then, when the time is right, all will change again.
What do you mean?
The purpose will change.
Okay.
The purpose, we think we have one purpose only. We don't, because life is ever changing, and in changing all the time, our purpose changes accordingly. You want to now know what your purpose is now. This is your purpose now. There will come a time in the future where you will be financially free, but this is not your purpose now. You need to first live, be in that space now with those people now. That is good enough.
Okay, very good. So she said she wants to do things by herself, not allowing others to help, to be assisted.
That is part of the conditioning of feeling insecure and unworthy, but that is something that needs to be accepted too. Let's move on.
Okay. And do you have anything more to say about the financial or the finances and the financial blocks?
When you do now what makes you happy and what is your purpose now with regards to, first, you think everything is about money. It is not. You need to now be the emotional pillar for your family. Yes, you think it's the other way around because you are supposedly the one that is suffering. Your suffering is only a stepping stone, but you don't suffer now. You only suffer when you get stuck in the mud. The rest of the time, you don't suffer. You know this. You are in a beautiful, great place now. She is suffering. He is suffering. You are there. You have, this is your sole purpose, is to now help them, guide or hold them. Let us say hold. How must I hold them? You must start. You will see things change very quickly in the next few months. You will start with your morning meditation. You will then go for a beautiful walk with them. You will speak about beauty and abundance, and you will show them, they will feel your light. They will feel the boys' light. The boys have beautiful lights, and yes, they are still young, so their light is very pure, and you have come to realize your influence on them, which is good. So between the three of you, you can uplift them to the point where they do not suffer as they do now. We will show you. You will ask as you have asked before. We will show you at the right moment. So for now, don't worry about the finances. You are safe. You are provided for. You are catered for. Let us help them emotionally. And then when they are fine, then you can step in and you will become financially free. And in becoming financially free, you will then sustain them. But to get there, you must do this now. So, Henry is fine. The endeavor with Henry is fine. Do it. Enjoy it. But focus on your happiness. Focus on your doing things joyfully. You need to sit and decide what makes you joyful. You know what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. That will drag them, inspire them, but sometimes drag them with. And by the end of this year, you will have 5 beautiful light balls instead of none.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I know you want to know more. I know you want to understand more, but understand that this is perfect as it is. The boys are safe, they are fine. And in following your routine that you have already set up, just follow the routine.
But how can she manage her time more wisely and productively? She said she just has too many things to do and not enough time in the day.
You need to sit up straight and do your morning meditations, whether they wake up or not. Then go for a walk. You will set your mind free when you do. And then the routine will fall into place. You know that. And then there will be space for them to do what they need to do. When you sit and accept that you have done the work, you have created this opportunity of these spaces for opportunities, then the opportunities will come. That is the magic of it. You just need to hold space, make space, spend time with them. What needs to happen will happen, because that is what you want and that is what they want. They want to learn. And they do not have to be governed according to the school system, which you keep saying is not working. So give them the freedom so that they can teach you. You have a brilliant mind. You can do this. Just accept, but you need to start with your morning routine. For the rest, that is good enough. Start your morning routine and follow the program that you have set out. You think that you need to override things that you have done in order to make it better. When you did that, that was the best thing to do. So sometimes just accept that you were wise and brilliant enough at that stage and move on. Yes, other things we need to learn from and grow from, but just like your mantra, at that point you were connected. You got the enlightened wisdom. You are so conditioned to think that everything you do is wrong. You are so conditioned to think that everything that you have done needs improving on. Yes, certain things do, but you know when you were aligned and connected, when you did certain parts. That is good enough. Accept, sit and decide what you want to accept or change, and decide how you want to change it. Then change it, and then sit and accept what has been, what you have changed, and what will be. You just need to create space for flow to happen. That is all you need to do so you can relax. You want a life of peace and calm and flow. This is what is going to happen now, but you need to allow that for yourself and them and your parents. That is where your strength comes in this interesting time, influencing your parents. You need to slow their pace. Do you understand? Yes. You need to slow their pace. They cannot go on like that. It is not natural. So, create joy. You will create enough financial freedom to support them. You know that. So for now, slow their pace. Let them be grandparents. Let them be slow their pace. That's your purpose now. You know for very long that they have gone too fast. It is their time to slow down. You can do that. You know you can. That is why you have set up that routine for everybody, not just yourself. You think you set it up for yourself. You set it up, we set it up for the family, and you will continue to help others with that small thing that you have created. Sit, be calm, share your love that was created from deep wisdom and love, because you know that the pace that everyone is following at the moment is stuck. You have created a routine not only for you, but that routine will give freedom to many other families. There, I've said it.
Could you please do a body scan of the vessel and just tell us if there's anything that we need that's out of balance?
Let's start with the toes. Your feet are heavy. You need to dance more. You have very fit legs and your joints are healthy. You are ready to move forward. Your butt cheeks are skinny, but I know you like that now.
I wish I had that problem.
Chairs get very hard on a bony bum.
Yes. Have any advice for her on that?
No, just enjoy when you go walk. It will firm up.
Okay. Anything else?
I am just scanning the pelvic area. There is some darkness, or density, but I feel the vessel panicking about this, but tensing up. There's no need.
Where is that from?
That's from other people's opinions. So there's nothing wrong.
Can you help her with that dense spot today?
I think when she did the release of blaming the boys, it helped a lot with the density, because that is where they come from the right side. Henry comes from the right side, and you from the left. The right side is a bit challenging. He looks like his father more, and that does actually, the resentment for that comes from somewhere else. It does not come from this vessel.
Can you help her with that today?
It is a mother.
Yes.
She feels that she is being punished by the resemblance between Henry and Heine and Mila and Johnny. She's directing that towards me, and that's okay. I'm strong enough. But I can accept her frustration, and in accepting her, I can hold space for her. And when she releases that tension, the tension might just release the density, but there is no problem or there's no problem.
There's no problem in that area.
No.
It's not something that you can relieve for her today or help her with today.
That is a good idea. Let me finish the scanning.
Okay.
And then we do that.
Okay.
The chakras are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They have been given a lot of light and love from above and below.
When did that happen?
It has been a process over the last few months.
Okay.
That meditation used is very important. It illuminates other areas of the body without the conscious awareness of the person doing that specific practice. And in illuminating your chakras, you send forth light and love and acceptance, because in this practice you see the beauty of each chakra, and in seeing the beauty of each chakra you accept it.
Okay, so the chakras are clear, you say?
There is a dark mass underneath the left breast, but that is most probably just from the following aspects: sense of worthiness, sense of abandonment, sense of betrayal, sense of acceptance. If we move forth with the practices advised, that will clear away, because that is only a form of tension which is created by the belief that love is needed from the outside. It is already much smaller than what it was, because I've accepted a multitude of love from and for myself. So there's no need to panic. Just keep doing the light work. This vessel is infused with love and light from various other sources, but also from just purely the fact that the energy work has been set into motion in accepting self, loving self. You do not understand the power of love, and that is fine, but we need to, as light workers, we need to try and better understand that you have a choice to channel huge amounts of love, energy, abundance energy to other people too. It doesn't only have to be for yourself. You can be like the straw and allow energy through, but you can also draw energy and radiate that energy out, or draw energy and purposefully bless someone. And we have forgotten that we have that power. So as light workers, remember that just as we bless the water to our bodies, we can bless anyone and everyone, and all that will happen is it will just inflate our own bubble with love. So the more you do for others, as they say indirectly, the more you experience that love. That is the joy of giving, which is referred to. Giving is not necessarily in physical matter, but if we can hold space, if we can send love, if we can give acceptance of ourselves and of others, because you cannot accept yourself and your situation if you cannot accept another. So you need to understand that you need to accept all of the different parts of your life. Let me finish the body scan.
Please.
There is darkish matter around the chest, but that comes with grief, and we shall process that accordingly.
Will you help her with that today?
Yes.
What are you doing? I'm always curious.
So you just allow the abundant love, which is not only around us, but which comes from you too, Erica. You send great amounts of beautiful light, love, energy. So it starts at the feet because you send it forth. And as it goes forth, it just clears out anything that doesn't want to be there, because that which doesn't want to be there wants to go. So let it go. So release everything that doesn't want to be here. Why? Because your frequency has changed, and that which does not align with your frequency wants to find a place of similar frequency. So let us then raise the vibrational frequency of this body, and in doing so it becomes lighter and lighter, and everything just can be breathed out, or it just radiates outward, and we direct it towards a strong and healthy tree or plant or cloud or rock. And as it enters there, it is transformed, accepted, and changed into that which needs it. So for now, let us filter out a bit more of the darkness. The chest is getting lighter. More breathing needs to be done for this vessel. You need to breathe more deeply. The arms are strong. The shoulders are at peace. The hands are important for this vessel because that is how she draws and paints and touches and makes beautiful food. But it is only hands. Your whole life is not determined by it, because you carry on your back, you hold with your arms. So maybe you should stop stressing about your hands. You can and will not lose them. You have a fear of losing your hands. You have a fear of feeling helpless, not being able to control. You want to make everything right. You want to show how it needs to be done. You do not have to do anything for another person or entity's appreciation or approval. You do from the heart, not from the hands. Do from the heart. Feel and be from the heart, not from the hands. The hands seek perfection. The hands seek to mold the clay to a specific idea. You limit yourself then. You know that when you paint with your heart, it is much better than when you paint with your hands.
But she was saying that her hands are painful. She has pain in them. Can you help her with that?
You direct all your grief into your hands. That is why you are so frustrated with your hands, because they show you your deeper struggles.
Can you help her with that today? She just might not feel the pain.
Let us try to set your hands free. What if you didn't have hands at all? What if you left here with everything except your hands? Would you be willing to let them go? And yes, it would be difficult, but you would be fine. Can we let them go? You attach too strongly. You need to work on detaching your hands. You think you need them. You are all part of one body. Nothing is more important than another. You can do everything you want without them. They are here for your joy and for your pleasure. Let us rather, instead of directing your grief and frustration and lack of understanding, instead of directing it to your hands, let us rather sit and resolve the flow of emotion. And that will too become a practice. So you are very good at releasing and let going through processing your body, but you have found a way to redirect that energy. Let us release that from your hands and set them free and work on a practice of releasing that which does not serve you or evolve you. Release that into nature or into the universe, because for them it is only energy, but for you it is pain. You can release your energy into nature. You feel that you cannot because you do not want to burden. But you do not burden because to nature all energy is neutral. And that is good enough, but it is a process too.
Okay, so are the hands clear today?
They are clearer of energy, but there is memory in the muscles.
Okay.
So we will work on releasing or directing the energy outwards instead of inwards. There is a few practices that will be set into motion, but that will only happen once we start with our morning meditations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything else in the body?
The skin that is a bit inflamed around the neck and ears are only hormones and emotional stress, but there's no need for worry. You are living a healthy life. You are on the right path. You are doing what you need to do. And you will continue to do that because you have decided that you want this life, this improvement, this difference, this changed reality. And you ask how you manifest. You have manifested this. Manifestation is a very beautiful yet limiting word because you attach three-dimensional density to it. Let us start with what we have decided here and go forth in the journey, in the process, on the journey. We are still here and available. You know that we have spoken before often. So let us take this one step at a time. You know what you need to do now. When the time is right and appropriate, things will change again. Opportunities will be presented to you. Now you need to focus on your main goals which has set this process into motion. And we have decided or indicated, you have decided what needs to be done, and that is good.
Okay. So our time is almost coming to an end now. Do you have is there any question I could have asked today that I didn't ask?
The only thing I want to know a bit clearer is just the homeschooling with the boys,
Yes.
but
What's the best schooling option? Yes. Is there any information about that?
as with the other things you ask, the schooling will be set into motion when you implement the routine that you have designed so beautifully. Because then, in allowing the routine to flow, opportunities will present themselves. Because remember, the boys need to get used to that routine first before they can tell you what schooling they want, before you can see what they need. They will be homeschooled for now, which is fine and good. They do not need to go to a system which looks like it is working. The system you have designed is working for them, for you now. You need to trust yourself that you have done the energy work in designing this routine, which will make space for them to learn as they should. Remember, they are not supposed to learn the way that you have or your parents have. The system is changing slowly, but just like there is a small amount of light workers that is coming forth now, there are small amounts of children that are doing it differently. If you force them into the way you were brought up or the way people say it should be, they cannot change the world the way that they have been designed to do or agreed to do. So they are doing exactly what they should be doing. You know this. Just relax, because you are creating tension where there is no need for tension. They are safe. They are well catered for. They have not come here to continue in a system which was designed for factory workers. So let them be free. They will read and write, and they have curiosity inherent in them. Make time. Follow your routine. When you follow your routine and you are present with them, they will tell you what they need. They will show you what they want. And you will inherently know how to guide them. So relax. It is sorted. Just do what you need to do now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there any last message for this vessel today before we close off?
Acceptance and love is all you need. You are such a beautiful vessel. Do you realize that it is not only the physicality of it? You see your beautiful vessel, and she is beautiful, but there is so much more. You don't understand the term feast versus crumbs, which is okay for now. You will get there, but remember, your vessel is like the crumbs. There is a whole feast available to you, and all you have to do is accept it and open yourself to it. And that is okay and good enough and sufficient for you to fulfill your purpose, to find happiness, to be joyful, to be light.
Okay. Anything else? Why did you bring her here today?
Fun. The fun of experience, the fun, the joy. We get so serious. Let us make a note that we need to let go of the word serious, because we have not come here to be serious. We have come here to experience the beauty and the contrast and the light. And in being serious, we judge ourselves. And there is no need for judgment, because everything is as it should be. And everything is perfect for you, each one of you. We think perfection is a word that describes a certain idea. It does not. Your body, your life, your situation is perfect for you. Not for another, but for you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Are we complete today?
I think so.
Okay. Do you have any message for me today?
You have done a lot of light work which you feel you don't want to take credit for. You are a beautiful being, and if you can accept that you are allowed to take credit and that you are allowed to bask in the beauty of what you do, you will elevate to another level. You are scared to discover the light in yourself too. Your light is bright and whiter and more profound than you allow yourself to be. You feel you must hide your light. You two are similar. You know what I speak of. So maybe there's just a hook that you need to let go. Maybe there's just a thought that you need to release or accept. And you are allowed to feel good in what you are doing. You are saving many, many people. You are helping many, many people. And you have also been taught that you cannot take credit for giving or for channeling. But you can. You know you have the wisdom to determine when it is ego and when it is higher self. Yes, ego might bask and want to say it was all me, but your higher self shines forth. And as you say, sometimes ego just need to dance along. Maybe not sit on the side, but grab both hands and swing him around with you like a small child. But your inner being is beautiful and light. Take your ego and have fun with her too. Throw her with a wet cloth or a water balloon and have fun. You have created this. You have done the work. You have opened. Do you realize the channel that you open? If you were to look at the earth and see what you are doing now, do you see the light shines past the sun? A light beam shines past the sun, closer, closer to the earth. You see the country, you see Cape Town, and that beam of light goes straight down. You create that channel. That is beautiful. Respect yourself for it. And let go in enjoying the beauty of it like you do when you sit in nature.
Okay. Thank you very much. Are we complete today?
Yes.
Thank you.